Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel today. I appreciate your viewing. So before we get into today's video, I've got a couple of housekeeping things. First of all, I want to say thank you for everybody who commented on that last video. I had an absolute blast learning about this league and learning about the crest. There was clearly a lot of things that I missed, and I hope I made that decently well clear the first time that I'm going into this as someone who's only been to Canada once. I went to British Columbia one time in hopes that I was going to find the Bates Motel, filming locations, but that didn't work out. But that said, you guys have been very, very informative to me, taught me a lot of things about these crests that I did not know, and I appreciate you all so much for not bashing me and just instead of informing me and trying to educate me about the crest. I really loved it. You know, I had some things from some FC Edmonton fans who explained the rabbit logo. I've had several Pacific FC fans to show that the tree in the logo and some other things that I actually wasn't aware of. I've had some Calgary fans reach out to me. What else did I have? I had a few others that I can't think of off the top of my head, but I appreciate you all so much. And I believe everybody except for Halifax and Ottawa reached out to me to explain some things that I missed. So thank you all so much. And just like the last video, I'm going to try to leave as much space over here as I possibly can so everybody can get a good view of what we're talking about today. So today we're going to be talking about kits and ranking them. I went back and forth on how to do this, if I wanted to do the away by itself, the home by itself, but I'm going to combine them and just rank them overall from 8 to 1. And I would like to also say that I have found that some of these teams have something called a community edition uniform. I did not find one for everyone, but about half the teams I found one for. I don't know if every team has one, but those are absolutely gorgeous as well. But I'm trying to specifically not take that into consideration, only home and away, but there was a few teams, it looks like they used the community edition as one of their main uniforms, which I'll get into that when we get to that particular team. But that said, I'm sure this is going to be just like the last video, and I'm going to miss some things, and I'm not going to be right on some things. So please, just like last time, let me know. And you know, another thing was, it's actually really hard to find this year's the 21-22 or the 21 I guess season kits, I should say, because some of these teams, I don't know if they're using the 2020 kits still as one of their uniforms, but even on the team shop, some of these I could not find the actual new uniforms for, unless they're just using last year's. So that said, I could mess this up quite a bit, so bear with me. And just like last time, I had an absolute blast making this doing the research for this video and making the video as I am right now. So without further ado, I would also like to apologize because I'm going to be looking down a lot, just like in the last video, reading some things. And I wish you could see my setup because I have a laptop in front of me looking at the uniforms as I speak, and what I have written on my script on my iPad reading it. So this is not going to be this video could absolutely fail in terms of eye contact, but bear with me, I still had a lot of fun making it. So we'll get started on number 8, and I absolutely hated doing this because I wouldn't have it number 8 if I could understand some of the things in this. But at number 8, I have Forge FC. I'm not going to repeat myself too much. If you haven't watched the crest video, I explained a little bit about the teams. So if you haven't seen that, go back and watch that one first before you watch this one. But based in Hamilton, Ontario, they're called the Hammers. So officially, this is what I found on the colors. The official club colors: spark orange, platinum steel gray, and waterfall white, symbolizing the sparks that come from the strike of a hammer, the local manufacturing industry, and the area's many waterfalls. The city's traditional sporting colors have been worn by the Hamilton Tiger Cats, the Hamilton Bulldogs, and the Hamilton Tigers. I'm not sure what the Bulldogs and Tigers are, but I know what the Tiger Cats are. So their home uniform features a very orange uniform from what I've found, and I actually really love this uniform because they have one of the classic V-neck cut jerseys. I absolutely love that. I'm a sucker for those. But what I don't get about this particular uniform is the dragon. I don't know the significance of the dragon, and I could not find it just doing a little bit of a quick Google search. So if you are a Forge FC fan, or if you just know why the dragon is there, please comment and let me know, because I could not find it. And with the away uniform, oh, it's really pretty. It's a black uniform with some orange outlines on it. It sort of looks like a flame, which, to be honest with you, I don't really understand that either, unless it's referring, in reference to the manufacturing plants there, maybe. But the reason I have this at number 8 is because although I love the uniforms, I don't know the significance, just as an outsider looking at it, what the significance of the flame and the dragon is. But I absolutely love this uniform, and I hate putting it at number 8, but just based on the criteria from the first video of me understanding it, I had to put it at number 8 just because it was the one I understood the least. So moving on to number 7, I have Valor Football Club, based in Winnipeg. So I also really hated putting this at number 7. Keep in mind, I absolutely love all of these uniforms, by the way, because I really love their community edition uniform, but I'm trying my best to keep that out of my rankings. So the Winnipeg-based team, their official colors are maroon, gold, and black. Branded as the club is Valor Maroon, Wheat Gold, and Earth Black. The colors symbolize the ribbon of the Victorious Cross and the wheat fields and the soil of the Canadian prairies. Absolutely love the significance behind the color branding. So their home uniform is and that's what brought this down a little bit to me, was their home uniform. It looks a little bit like quasi-Arsenal looking uniform. It's just not, in my opinion, it's just not my favorite. I mean, obviously people like this uniform, so it wouldn't be here, but it's not my favorite. And the away black uniform, I absolutely love because it has and I might be butchering this name, and I think this is what it is. It's the Provencher Bridge on the silhouette of the bridge on the bottom, I guess, left of the jersey. So I really love that in the uniform. The sponsor looks great on this particular uniform. So the away uniform, absolutely love. The community per se uniform is really good looking, but I tried to stay away from those. It's a bit of a half and half uniform. Looks really good. So if I got that bridge wrong, please let me know so I don't look completely crazy moving forward, and I'm sure I didn't pronounce that right. But so that said, we'll move on to number 6, which is the team that I had at number 1 in my crest rankings, which was Atletico Ottawa. Well, let me read about the colors first. So like Atletico Madrid, the club's colors are red, white, and blue, branded as the club is Fedor Red, Blanc de Ottawa, and Rode Blue. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but this might sound completely contradicting, and it probably will. So one of the reasons what I loved about the Atletico Ottawa crest was it had a classic flavor to it, as in it was basically Atletico Madrid's logo with an Ottawa flavor to it. And some of the comments on the last video did not like that because of that reason, and I completely understand that. But my reasoning behind ranking at number 1 was in a new league, it's great to have some branding that people recognize, and people know Atletico Madrid. And I think having that, I think every league is going to need something like that. And obviously Ottawa is that team in this league, and I absolutely loved it. And I loved the flavor they had to it with the Canadian flag and with the Canadian maple leaf and the Parliament building Peace Tower thing in the back, which I'm going to ask a question on that in a minute too. So I have it at number 6 just because the home uniform is pretty basic. I get that I'm kind of contradicting myself with the Madrid crest thing, but the away uniform, in my opinion, just doesn't quite make up for the basic home striped uniform. I do like the away uniform, don't get me wrong, but it's just, there's no outlines on it or anything like that. It's just relatively basic, and it has from my research, it was called the Peace Tower on the side of it, and I do like the silhouette of that, but I have been told it was called the Parliament by someone from Ottawa, so I don't know which is the correct way to say that. So if you are an Ottawa fan or you know that answer to that question, also let me know. Is that the Peace Tower or the Parliament, or is it both? I don't know what to call that. But either way, pretty basic. And if I'd understood a little bit more about Forge FC uniform, it probably would have came in around this place. So with that said, we'll go up to the number 5, which I have as York United. So this is the Toronto, Ontario team, the 9 stripes. So the club's colors are dark green, dark blue, white, and gold, taken from the coat of arms of York, a predecessor to the city of Toronto. Unlike the majority of clubs in the Canadian Premier League, York typically uses home kits that are primarily white. And honestly, I absolutely love this home uniform. It is so clean, so fresh. Now, this is the team that I had a little trouble figuring out about their community kit, because when I go into the club's Instagram, it looks like to me like they're using the community kit as their main home uniform instead of the traditional home uniform in which I've been able to find. So I don't 100% know what the answer to that is. Even on the club's website, as the picture I put up, you'll see that they actually have the quote-unquote community kit as their home kit. But either way, their community kit or their home kit that I found, they're both very clean and very good looking, and there's some details into that kit that actually go really well with it. The away uniform, I don't know. I know it's the club colors, but I'm just not a big fan of how that looks. So I could be agree or disagree, but I'm just not a fan of how the dark blue and dark green go together like that on that uniform. So that's all I really have to say about York. So we'll get into the top 4 at this point. So at number 4, I have FC Edmonton, and this is obviously located in Edmonton, Alberta, the Eddies, which I absolutely love that nickname. The official club colors are blue, navy, and white. Branded by the club as Prairie Blue Sky, River City Navy, and White Rabbit. Which, by the way, to the FC Edmonton fan that explained to me about what the Rally Rabbit was, that is an awesome story, and keep that going as long as you can. The club symbolize the sky of the Canadian prairies, the North Saskatchewan River, and the Rally Rabbit. So the home is a blue uniform. I absolutely love I don't know if it is a button-up jersey, but it looks like a button-up jersey. I absolutely love the collar. Like I said earlier, I'm kind of a sucker for those, so I absolutely love it. The shade of blue that it is not quite a huge fan of. I would like it to be a little bit darker, but other than that, classic look, love it. So the away uniform, I actually think is really, really clean, really pretty, but I'm going to assume the blue kind of spray painted stripe looking thing, does that signify the river? If you're an Edmonton fan, let me know if I'm getting that right. Is that the river? I'm going to assume that it might be, but either way, it looks really good. And if it's not the river, let me know. Great uniform. I would totally wear that. So we're going to get into the top 3. So taking in the bronze in my not so scientific ratings, I have, might be a little bit of a surprise to some, I have the HFX Wanderers, the Halifax team. So the official club colors are navy, gray, and cyan. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Branded by the club as Harbor Blue, Naval Gray, and Aqua Ocean. These colors symbolize the night sky, the Royal Canadian Navy, and the Atlantic Ocean. So individually, I think the home jersey for this particular club might be my favorite, or at least second favorite overall. It's a sort of a brighter blue color, and it has the Scottish lion on it, which I know from the other video has a big significance in the area. So I absolutely love that detail on this jersey, and I also love the sort of V-neck looking cut on it. I think it's really clean. You know, the away one is black with a little bit of a blue undercut to it, and it's got the silhouette of the bridge there. I don't know the name of that bridge, but I know it connects the peninsulas, I believe, if I remember correctly. But I could be wrong about that. But I really love the away uniform too. But just jaw-dropping jersey, in my opinion, and again, I did not, include this into my rankings, is the community-based uniform, which looks like it's almost like a sound from a lighthouse at the bottom of it. Oh, it's so pretty. Google that if you don't know what that looks like. So at number 2, I had the crest that ranked last on the last video, so it almost goes from last to first in the club kits, and it would have been if not for one little thing. But I have Calgary FC, which is the team located near Calgary. The club's colors are green, red, and black. Branded by the club is Army Green, Calgary Red, and Black on Black. These colors symbolize Calgary's nature, spruce meadows, and red and black of other Calgary sports teams, and the flag of Lord Strathcona's horse. And if I'm pronouncing that wrong, I'm sorry. So the home uniform is the red. It's like a reddish color with a little bit of a V cut to it. I'm not really sure if I would consider that a V cut, but either way, it's really clean, really pretty looking. Somewhat basic, but oh my gosh, what brings this to number 2 is the away uniform. The silhouette of the mountains, the red cut to it. Oh my goodness, this uniform is overall my favorite of the Canadian Premier League teams. You can't get any more clean, fresh looking homage to the area than this particular uniform. And you can disagree if you want to, but nothing beats this jersey. But like I said, I'm doing an overall here, and at number 1 I've got Pacific Football Club. I tried not to be biased because purple is my favorite color, and this is a shade of purple that I absolutely love. So the official club colors are purple, teal, and white. Branded as the club is Starfish Purple, Lagoon Blue, and Lighthouse White. These colors symbolize the native starfish, the Pacific Ocean, and the region's lighthouses. So on this particular one, I'm going to start off on the away uniform, actually. The away uniform is a black jersey with a silhouette of something on the side. Although I can see what it is on the side, I'm actually not 100% sure what that represents. But the stripes on the shirt sleeves, which represent the club's colors, the crest, the branding of the sponsor. This jersey is so nice looking. And if you're a Pacific FC fan, which I had several comment on the last one, educating me a little bit, so tell me what that is on the side. I can assume what it is, but I don't want to sound completely stupid because I'm a little bit more oblivious to the uniforms, I feel like, than I was with the crest. So I apologize for this video, maybe not being as good as the first one. And the home uniform is just pure perfection with this club. It's purple, it's got a collar to it, a little bit of a V-neck cut to it. Again, the sponsor looks great with this with this uniform. Absolutely wonderful. So, if you have stuck around this long, that is my list, and I do have a quick thing to say. If you have stuck around this long, clearly you are either a Canadian football fan or just a football fan in general. Or soccer, what we call it in North America. I'm so used to calling it football and soccer, I interchange them without even knowing it. So I am putting together a fantasy Scottish Premier League league. So if you're just a fan in general of the sport and want to play, I'm going to leave the link in the bio. I will be traveling Canada hopefully very, very soon, so maybe I can meet some of you all, or I at least plan on checking out a game. So that said, join our little league. Let's form a nice little community together. With your league growing, it helps our league grow. I don't think there's anything negative that could come out of anything with your league growing and our league growing at the same time. It's going to do nothing but help our National League teams, and in return, this is going to help make us better. So I'm going to leave the link below. Join even if you don't know anything about the Scottish League and you're just a fan of the sport. It's going to be nice for you to learn about it. I'm a Hearts fan in Scotland personally, but yeah, I'd love to see you join. Love to see you comment on what I got wrong, because I know this one was a little bit of a show doing. But nonetheless, I had a blast making this video again, and I appreciate your positivity in the comments in the last video. So that said, hopefully I didn't butcher your team too much in this video. All these jerseys were absolutely amazing. You guys are doing something really good up there, and I hope it continues to grow. And these uniforms are just absolute class. So good job on your league to branding these teams this way. That said, I hope you guys have a good week. And at the time of filming this video, both our teams play tonight, I believe. So good luck to both teams tonight in the Gold Cup. And peace out, guys.